Back in the building. What's the deal, man? It's the WillHouse morning edition right now, but you might be watching it at night when you watch it. Just know, man, we in this thing going live on this breakfast Saturday.
Yeah,
Bro, what's good with you, man?
not much, man. It's early. You know what I'm saying? But hey, I'm charged, man. I'm fully charged. I'm ready. You know what I'm saying? Got my mojo and
You know what I'm talking about?
good.
Man, if y'all would do quick drill, I'm gonna make it quick today. You know what I'm saying? Like, share, subscribe, turn the notifications on. Check us out, man. I don't know if I want to get into all of it, but like I say, man, we check the WillHouse podcast out on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Castbox, Deezer, and Podcast Addict, and all them joints, man. If you got one, type in the WillHouse, DAWILLHOUSE, WillHouse. Without further ado, now before we do that, I want to do something else, man. We're gonna do this real quick. WillHouse at Yahoo.
hmm
Said, check it out, man. If y'all got any prayer requests, any ideas, topics y'all want us to talk about, then hit us up on that, man, at the WillHouseYahoo.com.
Please do.
You know what I'm talking about? Bro, you got anything you want to say before we jump into this mud?
Let's get it in.
Let's get it in, man. We finna talk about this tonight, man. We finna wait till this morning. We finna talk about, and it's crazy I put this. Your New Year's resolution can't be prostitution.
Mm, okay.
Be prostitution. We finna kind of look at Ezekiel 16 for a second. But I ain't gonna say it for a second, for a minute. But before we look at that, we going from an angle of like almost a year in review on this joint on how we seen the calamity from the world,
Mm,
but then we see almost like a mirror image of the church.
yeah.
Because you gotta think what people don't, I guess, look at in this totality is that when we become believers, we become the fabric of the world, meaning we house the Holy Spirit. So we house the one who created everything.
Yeah. And at the same time that Jesus was an example for us to follow, we become an example for the world to follow.
You know what I'm talking about?
You know what I'm saying? We can't be leading them astray, man.
That's what I'm saying. We come from, that's why it's like we become regenerated or regened.
Yeah.
So now our genetic code changes. And our genetic code changes, and we are housing the one when it says in Colossians, when it talks about the supremacy of Christ and how he is supreme over the invisible and the visible thrones, powers, rulers, and authorities. Think about that.
Mm,
Now think about housing him or him being in us and with us.
yeah.
So we have the one who's the reason everything holds together.
hmm
We are now living in him and he living in us.
Yeah.
So society falls apart, or the world falls apart. You think about it like this. This how it look when we in him and he in us. It's like like my fingers, like they
Mhm.
all connect. Think about when we go after the world and the things of the world that are decaying, and we pull away from him who can't decay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So just look at the fabric. The fabric of that thing begins to what fall apart.
Yeah.
Because we chasing after we want the same, we want success like they got it. We want fame like they got it. We want money like they got it. We want our overall success to be like theirs. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. Start to become envious and
Yeah.
start to make them idols, and it's not a good direction to go in, man.
And do what he hates, bro. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? By chasing it. Like I said, I'm finna run down Ezekiel 16 for we finna just walk down that thing a little bit, man.
Yep.
Ezekiel 16:1 says, "The word of the Lord came to me, Son of man, confront Jerusalem with her detestable practices and say, this is what the sovereign Lord says to Jerusalem. Your ancestry, your ancestry and birth were in the land of Canaan. Your father was an Amorite and your mother was a Hittite. On the day that you were born, your cord was not cut, nor were you washed with water to make you clean, nor were you rubbed with salt or wrapped in cloths. No one looked on you with pity or had compassion enough to do any of these things for you. Rather, you were thrown into the open field. For on the day you were born, you were despised. Then I passed by
Hmm.
and saw you kicking about in your blood. And as you lay there in your blood, I said to you, live. I made you grow like a plant of the field. You grew up and developed and became the most beautiful of the jewels. Your breasts were formed and your hair grew. You who were naked and bare. Later I passed by, and when I looked at you and saw that you were old enough for love, I spread the corner of my garment over you and covered your nakedness. I gave you my solemn oath and entered into a covenant with you, declares the sovereign Lord, and you became mine. He said, you see what's going on here, bro? He's sitting up painting a picture.
Yeah.
He said, speak against Jerusalem. Let them not forget where they come from.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Let them not forget not only where they come from, but where I brought them out of.
Yeah.
Look at that imagery he gave, bro. Them being naked, you know what I'm saying? Being naked, blood covering them. You know what I'm saying? They basically out there in the elements.
Hmm.
The elements had overcome them, and everybody overlooked them. Like, bro, we looking at y'all like y'all ain't nothing. But you think about it, that's the life of a sinner, bro.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the life of a sinner, bro. But he's using this as going against like what we would call the modern day church now, the body. You know what I'm saying? That's what he using this as. But this, you know what I'm saying, is Jerusalem. But we can look at this now as him speaking to the church, bro, speaking to the body. Like, bro, do y'all not remember where I brought y'all from?
Yeah, man. Yep. And yeah.
Because it's like at the end of the day when like tonight everybody will have like, well, I ain't gonna say everybody. A lot of churches will have like words. They'll be having words like for the new year and all that, and that's cool. But the thing is, I believe we gotta focus on like focus on where we come from and look at where we are now and begin to almost do inventory
Hmm.
on like how did we get here and how do we if we walking in good standing by the word, then how do we stay the course?
Yeah.
And if we haven't, then you got to have people who are, I guess, bold enough to be like, we were walking good at one point in time,
Yeah.
but hear the word of the Lord.
You know what I mean? So, you know the way we stay the course is to follow this Bible
Yeah,
word for word. You know what I'm
already.
saying? And a lot of churches stray away from that because they want to try and satisfy the world.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Satisfy the world more than satisfying God, like that's gonna make a difference. You know what I'm saying? Actually, just making things worse. Mm,
And like I say, we're gonna jump back in Ezekiel. We're gonna look at verse 9. We're gonna start at verse 9. It said, I bathe you with water and wash the blood from you and put ornaments on you. I clothed you with an embroidered dress and put leather sandals on you. I dressed you in fine linen and covered you with costly garments. I adorned you with jewelry. I put bracelets on your arms and a necklace around your neck. And I put a ring on your nose, earrings on your ears, and a beautiful crown on your head. So you were adorned with gold and silver. Your clothes were of fine linen and costly fabrics and embroidered cloth. Your food was fine flour, honey, and olive oil. You became very beautiful and rose to be a queen. And your fame spread among the nations on account of your beauty, because the splendor I had given you made your beauty perfect, declares the sovereign Lord. Bro, he just breaking this thing down
mm.
like a cheap tent, bro. He breaking that thing down and just showing them, like, dude, look what I've done for you.
You know what I'm saying?
Look how I turned your life all the way around. Now you a royalty. He said you a queen. Now you royalty now.
Yeah,
But from not being wanted, not anyone knowing your name, people overlooking you as far as like the outward appearance. But I dressed you up
yeah. You know what I'm saying? Dressed you up, made you clean, made
clean,
you
bro.
beautiful, made you gorgeous.
You know what I'm
Dude,
talking about, bro? Put ornaments on you. I got earrings in you. I got, you know what I'm saying, the fabric, bro. You know what I'm saying, embroidered joints. I got all this on you. Now you beautiful. Now you a royalty, because you know what I'm saying. He said the queen. You a queen, bro. Now you royalty. You my bride. You know, like he said in Jesus, the bride. We the bride now. So now we came into covenant with him, the covenant agreement that he has made, the legal and binding agreement that we have made, what he made with us. He'll never leave us or forsake us, bro.
yep.
But let's look at verse 15. But
Mm,
you trusted in your beauty and used your fame to become a prostitute.
mm,
You lavished your favors on anyone who passed by, and your beauty became his. You took some of your garments to make gaudy high places where you carried on your prostitution. Such things should not happen, nor should they ever occur. You also took the fine jewelry I gave you, the jewelry made of my gold and silver, and you made for yourself male idols and engaged in prostitution with them. And you took your embroidered clothes to put on them, and you offered my oil and incense before them. Also, the food I provided for you, the fine flour, olive oil, and honey I gave to you to eat, you offered as fragrant incense before them. This is what the sovereign Lord, this is what happened, declares the sovereign Lord. So now everything God had done, everything that he has given us, everything that he has bestowed on us has been what? It's been a shift.
mm,
We started to almost like seek after the enemy. Like how can I seek after him? How can I how can I get his approval? That's what I'm looking for.
yeah.
How can I get his approval? I'm gonna get the world's approval by what? Handing over what God has given me.
Mm,
Handing over. God gave me this, but I'm gonna give it to the world. God gave it to me because I need their approval. God's approval is not enough.
yeah.
So I need the world's approval. I need them to accept me.
Mm-hmm.
Because you got to think, if you think about a prostitute, or you know what I'm saying, somebody giving into prostitution, there is a self hatred that is on levels that I never understand.
Yeah.
To give your body, you know what I'm saying, to like give your body over for money. It's like you exchanging your body for currency.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm showing I'm actually looking for worth, but all the wrong ways.
Yeah. 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 But it's kind of like What I see when you read that was like it's almost like a marriage.
Yep.
I mean, it's just like a marriage, man. I mean, you spend all your money, and it could be vice versa, but you spend all your money on a woman that you
Yep.
love. You know
Yep.
what I'm saying? You buy all these clothes. You give her money to go out and do things that she want to do. You know
Yep.
what I'm saying? You buy all these jewelry. I mean, you show her. You know what I'm saying, that you really love her, that you care
Yep.
for her. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying, in so many ways, and then she steps out on you.
I know.
You
And,
know what I'm
and take what she's been giving
saying? Yeah,
and giving it to somebody else.
giving it to somebody else.
And it's crazy that he painted this picture, man, for Jerusalem. But we, like I said, we could see this
Mhm.
right now.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? As far as like the prostitution, like us, like a lot of, cause I ain't gonna speak for every, you know what I'm saying, church,
right, right.
but the stuff that's getting like, I guess you could say publicized
Hmm.
is the church seeking the world's approval.
Yeah.
Like we a lot of times we have the prescribed order, the Bible, but
Hmm.
we want to do it. We want to add a little bit of our flavor to it, just to make sure we get them. And you know what I'm saying? It's like we get so smart or high minded that we think that God's way is not enough.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We can add a little flavor to it. And I'm gonna just go here.
Yeah.
We can add a little secular music at the youth conference. You know what I'm saying? We can bring in somebody who on the fence, you know what I'm saying, and let them talk to the kids or talk to the adults, somebody who's famous in the world. We can
Mhm.
bring them in, let them chop it up to our sheep or whatever.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they hadn't been discipled. They don't even like church like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But they quote unquote the scriptures I seen they little show on the outside, they worldly show. We seen them, you know what I'm saying, say God a couple times.
Hmm.
So we're gonna bring them in and we're gonna allow them to speak into the lives of God's people.
Just just throwing it all off.
Throw it all the way out.
You know what I'm saying? Throw it all the way off, man. Like,
Because
oh man.
you have a man or a woman who's standing up there before your congregation who's trying to weave some sort of goodness through a unregenerated or untransformed heart and mind.
Yeah.
Like the they while they're speaking, they trying to weave it through all this chaos.
Yeah.
Like a maze. They trying to weave the what's the word I'm looking for? They trying to weave a good message
Yeah.
through. Like I know I still, you know what I'm saying? I'm still like stuck over here. I know I haven't fully gave my life to Christ. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm still
Hmm.
living this backwards life. So I'm trying to weave this message through. And the crazy part is people with discernment. You know, we probably don't even really need discernment, but
Yeah.
you could tell. And then, you know what I'm saying? You could tell that like they shouldn't be up here talking right now.
Yeah.
But when nobody say nothing.
I mean, that's just like I said. This is causing mass confusion because they're gonna, people will be like, for instance, okay, so that guy, he's gay.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But he believes. So I mean, all right, so we can do that.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? We can be that way. You know what I'm saying? But you got to realize that dude. Then they're leaving a lot of stuff out when they talk, man.
yeah, buddy.
You know what I'm saying? They're leaving a lot of stuff out. They're not going to tell you that God despises that.
Yeah,
You know
already.
what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
they don't say that.
Nah, they're not going to say that.
Cause they said then they gotta sit down.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? They
yeah,
said they gotta sit down.
yeah,
But yeah, I'm finna go back in Ezekiel, man. Like I said, we finna walk this mud. I think verse 20 it says, and you took your sons and daughters whom you bore to me and sacrificed them as sacrificed their blood. Oh, hold on, sacrificed them as food to the idols. Was your prostitution not enough? You slaughtered my children and sacrificed them to the idols. In all your detestable practices and your prostitution, you did not remember the days of your youth when you were naked and bare, kicking about in your blood. Woe, woe to you, declares the sovereign Lord. In addition to all your other wickedness, you built a mound for yourself and made a lofty shrine in every public square. At the head of every street, you built your lofty shrines and degraded your beauty, offering your body with increasing promiscuity to anyone who passed by. You engaged in prostitution with the Egyptians, your lustful neighbors, and provoked me to anger with your increasing promiscuity. So I stretched out my hand against you and reduced your territory. I gave you over to the greed of your enemies, the daughters of the Philistines, who were shocked by your lewd conduct. You engaged in prostitution with the Assyrians too, because you were insatiable. Hold on, insatiable. And even after that, you still were not satisfied. Then you increase your promiscuity to include Babylonia, a land of merchants. But even with this, you were not satisfied.
Boy.
Bro, right? That's what I'm saying, bro. You see, like the weightiness of what Ezekiel was going through with this, bro.
Yeah,
It's more weighty, bro.
man. I mean, heavy.
Heavy, heavy. And that's why I say, man, there has to be a everybody talk about New Year's resolutions.
Mm-hmm.
Like, can there be like a spring cleaning even in the wintertime? Cause when you think about it like this. Think about the seasons, the 4 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
Spring, everything is being produced or reproduced. You
Yeah,
see the colors, you know what I'm saying? Then you got summer where everything is at full tilt.
yeah,
But it's in full tilt at the beginning of the summer, but then toward the end of summer, everything began to dry up. You know what I'm saying?
mm-hmm.
Began to lose its brilliance or its color. But then fall comes and everything just the colors just bloom back. They come back. It's almost like after the summertime, they go through the drought,
Yeah,
and fall comes and everything just boom blooms back. Now you see the colors, you know what I'm saying? The array of colors, purples, the reds, the you know what I'm saying, the oranges and all that. You see them joints just coming to life, bro.
yep.
And then winter comes. Where we headed now. The New Year's is always in cold. Like we just had the whole United States had this massive like Arctic air just come through this like deep freezer everywhere.
I'm saying, uh,
And
everywhere, bro.
and the crazy part, we have to begin to watch the environment or the atmosphere that God created.
Yeah,
Seasons come because you think now winter coming,
mm-hmm.
and I was talking about the spring cleaning in the wintertime or the sweeping away. When you think about wintertime, everything begins to fall off leaves,
Yeah,
everything, trees bare. You
yeah,
looking at trees, you know what I'm saying? They just bare, and a lot of times I believe that's what God be taking us like at in these moments. We have to like reproduce in the spring. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying like in the spring, but I'm just using this as a metaphor.
yeah,
Reproduce in the spring where everything is vibrant. Then summer come, we have to begin to we have to reproduce in the spring in order to sustain or in order to be sustained in the drought. You know what I'm saying? The heat of summer. And
yeah,
then fall where it comes back up, where you know what I'm saying, where you begin to see the colors and everything, but understanding that these colors are not lasting long.
right, right, right.
So you have to begin to prepare or prep for wintertime where everything just fall away.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? During the fall, man. During the fall, eat,
Hmm.
eat, 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 eat. You know what I'm saying? When the winter comes, you hibernate.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Hibernate into the word.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? When springtime comes, I mean, you start feeling that. You start feeling brand new.
Already.
You know what I'm saying? And then summertime, you just be in full bloom, man. You hit that joint hard.
You know what I'm talking about?
You know what I mean?
You know that sun gonna be at peak.
Yeah,
Gonna be burning up everything, like the grass and everything.
man.
But you always need the the word, because check this out. You always need the word, because Jesus said, "Out of your belly shall flow rivers."
Yeah.
So even when other people's grass is burning up in the summer, you
Mm-hmm.
can water your grass and theirs.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Being with the water, being filled, like Jesus said, "Out of your belly shall flow rivers of living water." So now, when you read, I don't know, I'm from the sidebar this thing right quick, but when you read about, like, when you read in Revelations and you read like the when Jesus speak or God speaks,
Mm-hmm.
it says out of his mouth were like rivers of water.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't even want to get off on this. It had me thinking about Genesis 1:1, when it say that the spirit was hovering over the face of the deep,
Mm-hmm.
or the face of the waters.
Yeah.
You think about it, he God did never said nothing about no water, create no water,
No.
because out of his mouth comes rivers
Rivers.
of water. You know what I'm saying? So he didn't even have to say nothing. So it's almost like he created everything. Even, man, because it say this in the Bible. That's the crazy part. That this joint was created by the waters.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you think about it, when he speak, he said, "Let there be light," but
Mm-hmm.
rushing waters coming out. And then when you think about even like I said, this joint, the wheelhouse. I remember my first picture in my head was, when I was like, the wheelhouse was the house with the big wheel on the side,
Yeah.
but the house is being powered not by the wheel.
Mm-hmm.
It's being powered by the water
Water. Yeah.
outside, running that wheel, running that joint.
Mm-hmm.
It's making the wheel go, and the house is being what supplied power to.
Yes, sir.
And it's like, dude, and it's crazy. Like, I was thinking about this yesterday. I was like, man, God, what? Like, you said this joint was made by water,
Hmm.
and out of your mouth comes water. Man, I'm getting on the whole sidebar with that, but I'm gonna get off of it. But yeah, man, like, but we finna get back to. I'm finna just show a couple of images that we had, to where, like, the church, while we need to disconnect
Hmm.
from the world, in a sense of wanting our identity from them.
Yeah, man.
Disconnect. The only way we connect with the world is bringing the word. That's the only way we should be connected to them. You know what I'm saying? As far
Yeah.
as like speaking to our neighbor, our lost, you know what I'm saying, co-worker, friend, whoever,
Hmm.
speaking to them through the word, speaking to them, or giving them the word, giving them the gospel, giving them, salvation, giving them, the
Yeah.
the word in this organic state, not adding and taking away. Just
Mm-hmm.
giving it to them, you know what I'm saying, raw and uncut.
You know what I'm saying? Don't try to sugarcoat anything, man. Give it to him straightforward, bro.
Straightforward, man.
You know
Because
what
when we look at the scope of the land, we see this.
I'm saying?
We see this in Rose City, Kansas City.
Yeah.
Then we jump down, we look at Atlanta, and we see this. FBI offering 10,000 reward for suspects in the Ebenezer Baptist Church vandalism. They wrote, if abortions, what they say? It say, if abortions are not safe, neither are you. And they put that on the church.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? If abortions are not safe, neither are you.
Wow.
So it's basically, but you get exactly what they saying on it.
Yeah.
Then the last one we're gonna look at, we just looking at this just to see the scope of the land, and how, like, we need to disconnect as far as wanting our identity with the world. We don't wanna identify with them in the sense of being like them. Like, go I don't have to go to the club tonight to show you that I'm a good I'm a good friend. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, my not going should tell you a whole lot.
Yeah.
My not want to participate in the festivities of debauchery.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Then we go to this joint right here. 4 people found shot dead in North Dakota wheat field.
North Dakota.
North Dakota, man. No one is exempt. No
No.
state is exempt. No city, town near you is exempt.
No. No.
Wickedness.
I mean,
And what's up, bro?
yeah, I was about to say, if we could have pulled up some stuff from overseas in Europe, you see the
Man,
same
bro.
thing going on over there.
Same thing, bro. Same thing. And it's kind of like what we was talking about. Go on, tell them. Go on, let's talk about what you told me. Oh, I don't know if it was on Facebook or something with the post.
Oh, about the chick in Louisiana.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Well, I guess she was like a teacher, and I guess she said over this year uh that she had like she lost five of her students, and I
yeah,
guess one was just recent, and she was talking about what can we do, and they were all black. You know what I'm saying? This is a white chick. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they were all black. So she was talking about what could we do. You know what I'm saying, to save. You know what I'm saying, our people.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? She was asking like, what is the answer? You know what I'm saying? Because we got to get these guns off the streets. She's getting tired of coming home or hearing while she's out that another another youngin, you know what I'm saying, passed.
yeah.
So um, she said all that. I jumped on and I told her that the answer is in Jesus Christ, man.
Already.
You know what I'm saying? I told her that. I was like, look, I was like, we got to get into this Bible. We got to read. We got to worship it. Remember, we got to not worship, but we got to
Yeah,
worship.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying, and all that. And uh, what else did I tell her? Basically, man, the Jesus. I can't remember exactly what I said, but basically, Jesus is the answer. So I told her all that, and and this dude jumps on,
yeah,
and he was like, "Oh yeah," he was like, "So the word is in the Bible, huh?" Which he spelled it Buybull.
yeah.
And he was like, "Oh, the same book that they used to enslave our ancestors and yada yada yada." The same thing
Yeah.
other
Already.
people that don't understand says. And he was like, if you feel like you got to read a book to teach you how to treat a person or to be good, then
Yeah,
you are the problem. You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? And then he was like, "Yeah, I said it." I was like, I wanted to go in on this dude, man. I wanted I wanted to reply.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying, with something he wouldn't understand. But
already.
God was like, you know what? There's no need to reply. You know what
No,
I'm saying? You don't even got to say anything.
mm-mm.
Just he told me that you don't have to defend me.
Already.
You know what I'm saying? Because everything that I said, he uh he proved my point.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? By what he said, he proved my point. You know what
Exactly.
I'm saying? So I'll just the only thing I said, I was like, okay, bro, you got
Yeah,
that. You got that. So
yeah.
you know, cats like that, man. I'm like, yeah. I mean, me and you were talking the other day. It was like, yo, if that's all that you get from the Bible,
I know.
uh, you're missing the whole point.
Yeah, man. And I'm finna put a pin right here on this because I'm finna go somewhere. We finna go all another direction. You already know.
Mm,
Okay, get to talking. We get to talking. It start up a whole nother conversation, man. But I'm gonna stay focused on that. But I want to walk you down. You know what I'm saying? As far as we talking about the prostitution of Jerusalem, but looking at that today as like, and I hate to keep just jumping on. Feel like I'm on this cat all the time, but you know what I'm saying. I want to grow weed behind the church,
yeah,
and speaking to Jamal Brown, want to go grow weed behind the church, and we see that I ain't gonna say in all, but in a lot of believers that we want to take the path of the world because we refuse to let God deal with the part that we brought in from the world.
mm,
Well, I ain't gonna say the part. I'm saying parts because we bring in all of it,
yeah,
but we don't. When we bring it in, we bring in. You know, so we coming from light to. We coming from darkness to light. So we come in, and we still have dark areas in us.
hmm,
We still have a lot of darkness in us. And a lot of times we don't let God deal with all that darkness. We won't hand that darkness over to him and be like, God, I still love to do this. Take that desire away. I still have this. Take that desire away. I still have this. So I'm gonna lay it on the altar. I'm gonna sacrifice it on the altar. I'm gonna give you this. Like I told you yesterday when I was saying how the guy was like when the people who want to be witch doctors and warlocks and all that type of stuff, and they want to get in and dibble and dabble into this magic and all this, this witchcraft.
Witchcraft, yeah.
They go sleep on graves in the middle of the night,
Right.
draw the energy of the dead. They want, basically what they are doing, they're going out there to tap into a demonic realm. So they want to go out there and they know everything dark in there. So they go to for one, dark place, not only a dark place, a dead place, a place where death is represented. You know what I'm saying? When you see a cemetery, you immediately think death.
Yeah.
So they go out there not only to a dead place, but they go out there pitch black, lay on a grave, so they can draw the darkness. They can draw more darkness. They can become darker and darker and darker and darker by sleeping out there on a grave in the middle of the night. But we as Christians, we come into church and we still want to hold on to stuff and wonder why we are limited in prayer. In prayer, limited in our prayer lives and fasting and even reading the word. We become limited because we won't sacrifice. We won't give up TikTok for 6 months. We won't give up Facebook for 6 months. We won't give up news, watching the TV for 6 months. We won't give up, you know what I'm saying, of engaging in just ignorance for 6 months. We won't sacrifice none of it. You know what I'm saying? And that's what God's dealing with these boys with Ezekiel about. He brought them out of this. He saw them naked. He saw them blood covered. He saw them, you know what I'm saying, everybody passing them by. He cleaned them up, washed them up, made them new, gave them ornaments, made their beauty. And then guess what? Their beauty became, the beauty God gave them became the very thing that slaved them.
Yeah.
Or enslaved them again, because they took that beauty and they began to prostitute it. They began to give it away, giving it away. So God did all this work, but I'm finna take what God has done in my life, bro, and I'm finna backslide.
Yeah.
I'm finna be creeping on the back, because you gotta think prostitute 99% of the time operates in the darkness. Prostitution operates 99% of the time in darkness. It operates undercover. It operates hidden, unless you're in a place where it's more illegal. But it mostly operates. Majority of the time, you're gonna find prostitution operating just like the witches and the warlocks in darkness, bro.
Yeah. Man.
See what I'm saying, bro? It's heavier than the champ, bro, and that's what I'm saying. That's what we gotta be like mindful of this new year, because like I say, everybody have New Year's. They have New Year like words and directions that they go this year. You know what I'm saying? Be like no more fear in 2023. You know what I'm saying? Have no, you know what I'm saying? Have all these directions. I'm saying it's cool. If you know what I'm saying, if God gave it to you, it's cool. But at the same time, we must understand we can't go into this year. We have to let go of the prostituting. I want to be like the world. I believe, I say this. I ain't saying I just stayed up all night. God gave me this word, but I believe this year, there has to be a clear cut difference, separation.
Yeah.
Like clear cut. Like I don't believe, Ralph, you believe we gotta totally look different.
Yeah.
Like how we operate, how we move, how we speak, how we think, everything got to be different. You know what I'm saying? Like this year can't be like last year, to where cats want to mingle and because I ain't gonna even lie, like this just me. I ain't saying nobody. You know what I'm saying? Everybody do what they do, but I ain't gonna even lie. Like even when I'm at work, I don't even like, you know. So I still say stuff like already and stuff like that, but as far as like the sling, the slang joint.
Yeah.
I'm starting to like disconnect from it, because boys, this dude was like, man, Keith, man, you been working here. I ain't never heard you cuss, but I ain't taking no glory in that. I'm like, dude, it's God, man. I don't do it because I love him, bro. I don't wanna, and I'm tired of disappointing him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? like
Really?
I'm doing like I'm making a concerted effort
Yeah.
to not do this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do I fall on certain stuff? Yeah. Do I fail on certain stuff? Yeah. But then it be hurting me in the gut. I'd be like, Lord, I repent of my sin. Help me in this area. You know what I'm saying? Help me to grow in this area. Help me to grow. I still see a chink in the armor. So it's always something to take back to God. You know what I'm saying? Take to his word
Mm-hmm.
and begin to sift that thing out. Be like, God, take this mug away no matter how bad it hurt.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Like we say, hey, we ain't perfect, but we trying to walk it out, man.
Bro, we following perfection. That's why certain stuff falling off us because we
Mm-hmm.
following perfection. Jesus said, "Follow me."
Yeah.
So we following. So when he said that, we start following perfection.
Mm-hmm.
You got to think when you Paul said, "I forgetting those things behind me, I press on toward the mark." So when Jesus say, "Follow me," and I'm looking at perfection, when I look, because the Bible said, "Don't look to the right or the left."
Mm-hmm.
That's what it said in Proverbs. Don't look to the right or the left.
Yep.
So we following Christ and we look to the right or the left. We like, oh, that's horrible, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My eyes have beheld or beholding the Lamb, bro. It's beholding
Yeah.
where I come from, who created me, where you know what I'm saying. It's creating my regeneration. I mean, my eyes focus on the regeneration. I see Him reconciling me or engrafting me back into who He wanted me to be from the beginning. So I see
Yes,
this.
sir.
I look to the side, bro. Oh, it mug terrified.
You look, yeah, you look to the left or right, boy. You might start veering to the left or right. You know what I'm
Exactly,
saying?
bro.
So,
Exactly.
yeah, just keep
But yeah,
looking that way,
I
man.
want to speak on that dude who on the Facebook joint right quick when
Mm.
he's talking about, you know what I'm saying, you need a good book or whatever. I mean, you need the Bible to tell you how to treat folks and all that.
Yeah.
And and we have to understand, well, people have to understand that his condition, like
Mm-hmm.
the condition he's in.
Mm.
So he's in a dark condition.
Yeah.
And Second Corinthians chapter 4, I mean, yeah, Second Corinthians 2 and 4. Hold on, and we're gonna look at 4 and 4. It says, and even if our gospel is veiled, it is veiled to those who are perishing.
Mm.
The God of this age has blinded the minds of unbelievers so that they cannot see the light of the gospel of the glory of Christ, who is the image of God. And when you speak, you know what I'm saying, he said we need a book or whatever to be able to tell us how to live.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, if you're not following some kind of at least some kind of what the world would deem a good book on how to live,
Yeah.
and you trying to walk this thing out on your own, you are like I said the other day in Proverbs, you like a man in deep darkness.
Mm.
You don't know what makes you stumble.
Yeah. No, you don't.
You don't even know.
Yeah.
Walk aimlessly blind, bro.
Yeah. Hey, that's what I was saying. Obviously, bro, you haven't read the Bible at all.
Probably have though. It probably a lot of times it's crazy that people who hate the Bible will know the
Mhm.
Bible
Yeah.
and a lot of things and a lot and I think what people don't see is that when you read the Bible, I mean when you read the Bible, this is not Mother Goose or
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying or some type of good book.
Mm-hmm.
When we read the book, I mean, we read the Bible, that it says, like I say in Hebrews, talks about the word of God being living and active.
Yeah.
So when we read the Bible, it begins to not circuit, but it begins to almost like begin to activate.
Yeah.
Now I ain't gonna say almost, it begins to it is so it's living and active. So when we read it, it's activating like stuff in us because you got bro, what we hold it, bro, this Bible, bro, mug is this is like, bro, life. This is like our life, bro.
It is.
Right here. So when you reading it, you not just read. You might read it and then be like, and it'll just gut punch you.
Yeah.
Cause you like, dude, I know I ain't living right.
Right. You know, yeah, gut punch you. Because this Bible's about you.
Exactly. And then it's like hate. It's like it's pointing. You know what I'm saying? All six books point back to Christ,
Every time.
the one who created everything and the reason everything holds together. So even though in our unbelief we deny him, when we pick this book up, it reminds us of home.
Yeah.
Because that's where we came from. You know what I'm saying? So it reminds us of home. You know what I'm saying? Him creating a guy creating us in the from the dust of the earth, breathing into us the breath of life. Man became a living being. It started our remembrance coming back. And if we living in that darkness, bro, men are afraid to come to the light. Why? From fear of the deeds being exposed.
Yeah.
So now I know I don't want to quit. I know I don't want to walk straight and narrow. So I have to debunk everything that the Bible is saying, because the Bible is veering me away from this darkness. But I have been so engulfed in this darkness for so long that this darkness is so familiar to me that when I read God's word, it's something unfamiliar, even though that's where I come from.
You know, and I feel
Because,
uncomfortable.
exactly, because freedom looks like bondage, because the enemy has turned everything upside down. So now bondage is freedom. I can do what I want to do, live how I want to live. I can identify I can identify how I want to identify. I can be a man even though I'm a woman. I can be a woman even though I'm a man. I can be all this stuff, bro. I can be whoever I want to be, bro. Because Satan has made the darkness. He knows how to. It say that even the he know how to transform himself into an angel of light, bro.
I mean, very deceiving, boy. If you
Yeah, bro.
very deceiving. Yeah. What we're doing, man, is changing everything. Everything that's good, making it seem like it's bad.
Yep.
Making it seem like it's bad, man. Everything that's bad just seem like it's good.
Good, bro.
You know, uh, getting everything totally twisted.
Totally twisted, man. And I done got all off Ezekiel. But yeah, man, we finna shut this mud down in a minute. We finna look at Ezekiel, and I wanna go somewhere with this. We're gonna look at Ezekiel. We're gonna go back to 16. I'm gonna start at 30. 16 and 30 says, "How weak-willed you are, declares the sovereign Lord, when you do all these things, acting like a brazen prostitute. When you built your mounds at the head of every street and made your lofty shrines in every public square, you were unlike a prostitute, because you scorn payment. You adulterous wife. You prefer strangers to your own husband. Every prostitute receives a fee, but you give gifts to all your lovers, bribing them to come to you from everywhere for your illicit favors. So in your prostitution, you are the opposite of others. No one runs after you for your favors. You are the very opposite, for you give payment and none is given to you. Therefore, you prostitute, hear the word of the Lord. This is what the sovereign Lord says, because you poured out your wealth and exposed your nakedness in your promiscuity with your lovers, and because of all your detestable idols, and because you gave them your children's blood, therefore I am going where I'm gathering all your lovers with whom you found pleasure, those you love, as well as those you hated. I will gather them against you from all around and will strip you in front of them, and they will see all your nakedness." Bro, if boys didn't hear what I just read, that boy said, y'all are worse than prostitutes. At least they get it paid for what they do. Y'all go and pay them. Just imagine the prostitute walking up to you said, here go $500, sleep with me.
Yeah.
That's exactly what he's saying right here. Here go $500 to sleep with me.
Yeah, it's funny. That's exactly what the world is doing.
And bro, that's why I say he looking at the church.
Oh,
That's
man.
why I said that's how I started out talking about the church and,
Yeah.
and how we go and we like co-sign with the world.
Mm-hmm.
Man, like I said, I don't want to throw boys on the bus, but I'm just gonna have to say this. Uh, like it's kind of like I'm gonna go to Christian rap. It's kind of like when Lecrae did some Ty Dolla Sign.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like that. Like I'm going after the world to end up becoming like the world. Like I'm going for them for approval.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going, and I'm giving gifts to them
Yeah.
so they can sleep with me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm going to give gifts to them so they can sleep with me. And we see all this stuff happening, man. And like I said, I hate because people, everybody. We didn't allow the world to tell us what judging is. We didn't allow the world to give the definition of judging. And the thing is, I'm not coming from a place of like I'm just trying to judge these boys and nothing. But I'm like, let's look at it for what it is.
Yeah.
Like it's what it is, and let's like turn from that and not be like that. And a lot of times people don't want to hear it because they want to immediately turn you off because we have been given all our definitions, have all our definitions, a majority of them have come. We allow the church, the world, to identify or define what God says clearly in the Bible.
Yeah.
Like if these boys were walking around in the days of Paul, when Paul was walking around, or Jesus, he would call out this sin. Like he would call out this. Why? So that he could clean the bride up, bring the bride back into the fold. You know what I'm saying? Dress the bride back up, put the ornaments and the earrings and the fabrics and
Mm-hmm.
feed them the honey and the olive oil and the flour. You know what I'm saying? Bring them back in, bro, back into the
Yeah.
fold. That's why he say that. That's why God sends a prophet or he sends a message or somebody with a word who bold enough, who has been in the presence of God, who has been in constant commune with God,
Yeah.
send the word like this so he can bring the people back into the fold. Because when you read Ezekiel, that's what God is declaring.
Yeah.
I will be your God and you will be my people.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of, that's what we got to start doing, man. We got to start calling it out.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Calling it out so they can see it.
Yeah. So because it's all about cleaning. It's all about us cleaning. Man, like I say, man, y'all boys seen me that wilding out, bro. Pull me to the side, be like, bro, you know you wrong. Like don't even try to think of some crafty scripture. Don't try to think of a Bible scripture, a verse.
Yeah.
Just say, bro, you know you're wrong because I know you read the Bible. Don't even say nothing, and that even make it even worse.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Be like, bro, I know, you was in the Word. I know you. You know what I'm saying? You was, you a believer. I know you this and that. You know what I'm saying, bro? What are you doing?
Yeah.
Now, I ain't gotta come to you no scripture, but I'm just gonna tell you, bro. You know it in the scripture what it says about this. You know it. You know what I'm saying. And then that type of doing, just coming at a person because the Bible should have nothing to do with the unfruitful works of darkness, but rather expose them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The unfruitful works of them. And why you want to expose them? You want to expose them so you can get in the light. And once you get in the light, you can. It's in the right hands now. God, you deal with. You can lay this before the altar. Be like, God, I did this. I you know what I'm saying? I sinned. Forgive me all of my sins. Now, give me people or men and women who walk with me through this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, man, that's why I say, that's why I believe he'll give us the word like this, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of like all y'all that's like reading the Bible, man, y'all know.
Yeah,
Y'all know who God is. Y'all know who he is, man. So let it go.
I know, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Just let it go, man. Just let it go. Turn around. Come back home. Y'all know what y'all know what God expects from us.
Already, bro. You got anything you want to say, man?
Uh, Nah, I think I'm good, bro.
I'm gonna say this though before we leave, man. I'm gonna say, like I say, this ain't the word for the year. Like everybody want to sound profound and prophetic. If you do, that's cool. But I'm gonna tell you this: don't let this New Year's resolution be prostitution.
Mm.
One more time.
Mm.
Don't let this New Year's resolution be prostitution. And I'm gonna say this before we get off. And we talked about the parable of the sower a lot on the podcast. Jesus gave four uh four I guess you could say different types of soil:
Mm.
path, rocky place, thorns, and the good soil.
No.
And I'm gonna talk about the thorns because I'm gonna start doing this because this ever since I read the parable back in the gap, bro. I said this needs to be said after every time somebody preach. The thorns represent those who receive the word with joy. They receive the word with joy, but since they have no root, they last only a short time. It says when trouble and persecution comes for the word's sake.
Mm.
So after all we said, after all we've talked about today, and this goes for me and you,
Well,
the word is coming and the enemy is coming after the word we just spoke tonight or today.
mm-hmm.
Enemy is coming. He coming at you and me after this. He coming, bro.
Oh, yeah. No.
And the people who listening, guess what? He coming. My thing is be the good soil. So when he comes, I even produce in the storm.
Yes, sir.
Y'all already know what this is.
He's like,
Yeah, man. I already know what this is till we meet again.